Here they come. Emile Griffith trying to get back up there. Doyle Baird trying to get there. Griffith in his 73rd fight. Former welterweight champ, former middleweight champ. Doyle Baird, never a champ, in his 33rd fight. As a matter of fact, Griffith, wearing the white shoes, Doyle wearing the black, had won and lost the welterweight championship twice and had won the middleweight championship before Doyle Baird started fighting. Griffith can fight anyone's kind of fight. He'll box, he'll punch, he'll come to you, he'll go away from you. Doyle Baird has only one style of fighting. He comes in. Doyle never goes back. Baird hard right to the side. Good shot. That right sailed over the head harmlessly. Each man will try to work tight inside in the first few rounds. Doyle especially. That wild swinging left missed by a lot. Doyle will lead with that right from time to time. His trainer, Charlie Daniels, tries to keep him from doing it. Doyle at one time had strength, stamina, endurance, and intestinal fortitude in the ring. Two good shots, a right and a left by Griffith. A fine combination. Griffith throws a lot of punches. Not as many as he did in his early days. He's 31 years old now. And as he told us about 2 weeks before the fight, he throws them to land now. He doesn't just throw punches. He can't throw them as fast as he used to, so he makes sure that everyone counts. Those two did. Baird's jab picked off nicely by... A packed house at the Cleveland Arena. This is not a typical first round. They're not feeling each other out. They're going after each other. Baird, the taller of the two, by 2 inches or so. Referee Vito Mazio breaks them apart. We're 2:23 into the first round. Jab landed high off Baird's head. Baird's hook blocked by Griffith. Wild left hook. It had power, though. And underneath, Baird was hurt. Position after missing the shot, and then he took one in turn to the stomach. Looks like he's back in form, however. 9 seconds left in round one at the Cleveland Arena for the North American Middleweight Championship of the World between third-ranked Emile Griffith, fourth-ranked Doyle Baird. There's the end of round one. You are Andy Eilman. However, he has weighed as little as 144, and that was just a few months ago. He's heavy in the body, as you can see. Legs not as heavy as Doyle Baird's, but from the waist up, this is a big, big middleweight. Baird, on the other hand, Griffith with his back to you. Now Griffith on the right. Griffith moving left now to stay away from Baird's right hand. Baird has power in both hands. Obviously, Griffith does too. Griffith has knocked out 20 men in his 72 fights. Doyle has knocked out 18 of 32. Doyle occasionally will miss, as you've seen already in these 2 rounds. And a smart fighter like Griffith can make him miss. Good shot to the stomach by Emile Griffith. Combination tried by Baird, and that right hand whistled in front of the chin. Now he tries it again and covers himself very well in that clinch. It was in a clinch such as that, after he had thrown a punch that missed, that he left himself wide open for a shot to the stomach in the first round. He didn't let it happen that time. Again, he tried a combination. June 2nd, 1958, long before Doyle Baird thought of fighting. Doyle hit the professional boxing ring on May 26th of 1966. Griffith had already, as we said, won and lost the welterweight championship twice and won the middleweight championship a month before that. Seconds left in round two. Baird makes Griffith miss with that right hand. The second punch in a combination. He dug one to the stomach, which was right at the belt, and then threw it. Doyle again with the chopping right that doesn't hit. Each of these boys out to make it KO number 2 for the other. There's the bell, ending round two. As we start round three, each fighter has some new appreciation and respect for the other. They've each taken some pretty good shots in the first 2 rounds. Baird with a jab. Doesn't jab too much, but his trainer, Charlie Daniels, wants him to jab more and more. Charlie sitting to our left, wanting him to stick it. There it comes out again. They exchange left jabs. 2 hooks, both missed by Baird. Doyle Baird on the right in the dark boxing shoes. With his back to you now, takes a hard right and a left. They both shook him. He covers up. Left hand underneath to the stomach and to the left to the side of the head. Another. On those 3 in the clinch. Baird seems to be all right, but Griffith showed that he hasn't lost as much speed as a lot of people thought he had. Emile Griffith, in training for this fight tonight, was as serious as he has been for any of his fights because he knows that a loss this time would probably mean that he won't get a shot at the middleweight title again. A win here tonight, however, would most probably give him a shot at Nino Benvenuti's title. A left and 2 good rights by Doyle Baird. Baird seems none the worse for wear from those shots he took about 30 seconds ago from Griffith. Doesn't seem to show any marks on his face either. Doyle cuts easily. He's a thin-skinned, sandy-haired, freckle-faced guy. And he has lost a lot of blood in the ring. Little better than halfway through round 3. Doyle suffered his only knockout in 1967. McKeesport, Pennsylvania. Knocked him out. Sam Sellers from McKeesport did it in Doyle's hometown of Akron. And he came right back on a... Just took the man too lightly. Reuben Carter, Hurricane Carter, December 20th of 1963. Baird gave him a good shot with the right hand to the left side of the face. That knockout, by the way, by Carter over Griffith was also a 1-rounder. We're 40 seconds away from the end of round 3. Left hook blocked by Emile Griffith. He ducks under the right by Doyle. 2 good jabs by Baird. Neither man Don Albaum has offered $100,000 to Nino Benvenuti to meet the winner of this one here in Cleveland in this same ring. We've just seen the end of round 3.
Let's go, baby.
Start of round 4. Don Albaum, promoter of tonight's fight, who's been with Doyle Baird for many, many years, is here with us now. How do you see the first 3, Don?
I gave the first round to Griffith, called the second even. I think Doyle had a slight edge with those good right hands in the third round. It's a very close fight, and as you can tell, it's without question a war. And there's a good right hand to the belly by Griffith, and he came back with a little left hook to the chin.
Yes, that left hook to the chin was there, too. Do you see anything different?
Because he has troubles, I'm talking about Griffith, has troubles fighting a guy that backs off. And no, It's not the easiest thing for Doyle to do. He's been doing a fairly good job of it. As for Griffith, Griffith is fighting one of the best fights I've seen him fight in a long time.
He doesn't look like a 31-year-old man whom a lot of people said had slowed down a lot, that's for sure.
Not at all. He's in tremendous condition, and of course it's do or die for Griffith as it is for Doyle Baird.
I don't mean to disagree totally with you, but I don't think Doyle could back off very much against anyone. As we said earlier, that's just not his style. He likes to come in, and here he is coming in again now. Right, Don. Doyle's last fight was a decision here in this same ring at the Cleveland Arena over Don Fulmer. Griffith, on the other hand, has fought 5 fights. This is his 6th this year. His last one was a loss. He weighed 144 pounds in his fight against Jose Napoli, and he is, as we told you, 161 here tonight. That was a big surprise. We'll talk to Don Albaum during the next round about it. Inside, tight, where they've been going more and more as the fight progresses. They exchange punches. Left hook lands on Baird, throws his own right, which misses, and Griffith ties him up. Approximately 50 seconds left in the 4th round. Combination missed by Baird. He goes in tight. Doyle Baird, boundary worker. When he's not training or fighting, would like to become full-fledged fighter. Needs a good payday to do it. Emile Griffith has had a lot of good paydays. He's been responsible for some of the biggest paydays in the history of fighting. Left hand sails over Griffith's head. 25 seconds left in round 4. One of those lefts caught Griffith. Boxing as well as we have seen him box, and everyone knows that Emile Griffith is a good boxer. Griffith very, very big through the chest. Is probably going to warn Griffith, yes he does, to pick him up. Unintentional low blow. Takes another one underneath, throws a left hand that just glances off Baird's head. Just caught him on the forehead. Baird with another combination that doesn't land, but that left hook did underneath. Caught him in the stomach with it. Tried to dig underneath. Charlie Daniels hollers for Doyle Baird to start jabbing, start boxing. He had gone to more of a walking-in style for the first minute or so of this round, reminiscent of the earlier fights that he had. This is Doyle's 33rd fight. This is Emile Alphonse Griffith's 73rd fight. That left hand caught Doyle, digs 2 rights, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minute and 20 seconds gone in the 5th. Griffith on the ropes, moves away.
Looks a little tired.
Hard right hand and a left underneath that Griffith caught him with. Now he tries to back him into the ropes and does so. Baird ties him up. Don, what do you estimate the house as? I'm saying about 7,000.
That's what I understand, about 7,000 people, and which means a gate of over $40,000. Ooh, there was a good left hook by Doyle. He had him hurt there. He had him hurt.
Yes, there was.
Okay, go ahead back.
We're in the last minute of round 5. That left hook was blocked, but the right chop to the side certainly wasn't. In close. Baird and Griffith tie each other up, and Vito Mazio, who hasn't had too much work to do here tonight, breaks them up. Ooh, a nice dig underneath by Griffith. He dug that left hand in tight. But as you can see in the course of the fight, Doyle Baird has little or no excess poundage anywhere, especially in the stomach. Griffith also in great shape. Each man 31 years of age. Doyle Baird didn't start fighting until 1966, just 4 short years ago. Emile Griffith is in his 12th year as a professional boxer, after being the New York and intercity 147-pound Golden Glove champion in 1958. 3 seconds left. Coming to the end of round 5. Halfway through, neither boy pays any attention to the bell. Now a little pat on the north end of Emile Griffith as he goes south by Doyle Baird at the end of round 5. As they come out for round 6, Charlie Daniels, Doyle Baird's trainer, spent the entire minute trying to get him to use
Down, you're in the corner of Baird.
the left more and more and more. He is not doing it.
Don't sit here.
15 seconds into round 6. Baird has lost 3 fights in his career. 2 good jabs high on the head. Actually, he was involved in 1 draw and lost 2, 1 by decision and 1 by knockout. Brought him to a draw. Of course, Emile Griffith and Nino Benvenuti have had some great fights over the years. They've been trading the middleweight title back and forth. Nino currently holds it. Griffith wants it, and if he can win this fight, he can get a shot at Benvenuti, possibly here in this same ring. Left hand stopped Baird cold coming in. In tight, he tries an uppercut that misses. Charlie Daniels tells him to back away. There's the combination, the left and the right over it. That right chop again. The 2 hooks did land. Neither one too solidly, but they both did land. Baird takes 2 jabs. Griffith never changing his style. Doyle occasionally starting to brawl, but for the most part, staying in the good boxing style, which Charlie Daniels has worked so hard to perfect with him. This is a guy who fought with his fists instead of his head years ago, but not now. 2 jabs high off the forehead of Doyle Baird. No marks yet on Baird. Right hand sail over Baird's shoulder. And underneath, he rips 2, and Griffith takes a couple. Now he tries 1, almost Kid Gavilan Bolo punch as they break. 2:20 into round 6. That left hand snapped Baird's head back. Griffith obviously hasn't lost much of his speed. That's for sure. Right hand caught him. Half on the shoulder, a little bit on the neck, but it caught the left side of that chin. Another one caught him. 2 good rights by Doyle Baird here in the 6th round, and that left hook also slid off. He takes a right. Another right comes up short. There was any doubt about how serious these 2 are. The end of round 6 took care of that. Not only the way they went until the bell, but especially the way they went after it. There's a bit of blood across the forehead of Doyle Baird as he came back to his corner. We see none now. No marks on Griffith. Seems to be showing again now just over the right eye. It was Doyle's left eye, which was cut in his last fight with Don Fulmer. It took 13 stitches. It was an angry gash. We're in the 7th round. Baird and Griffith just about even through this point. If you're scoring it, I would imagine you would agree. The jabs coming up short by Griffith. Baird tries the right that's picked off by the left arm of Emile Griffith. Former welterweight and middleweight champ. Wants the title back again. Baird wants the first title. His right came up short. Rights himself again, takes a left jab from Griffith. Griffith on the right of your screen, wearing the white boxing shoes. Doyle Baird hooking that left. Griffith throws a right and catches him coming in. That was the irresistible force meeting the immovable object, and that left jab by Griffith also landed. That was a good shot, and Doyle seems to have taken it well. And Steep's coming in after him. He is not backing up now. Charlie Daniels hollers to us, you see Griffith running, don't you? Right hand sails over the shoulder by Baird. Don Fulmer stayed away from Baird after taking a few shots in the first round and boxed him beautifully, but Doyle, because he was the aggressor in that fight, definitely the aggressor, won the fight in a decision. Doyle is cut now, the right eye. It looks like the right cheekbone beneath the eye. At least that's where the spot is now. He took one of those lefts. Gives a left in return now to Griffith. Griffith eyeing him very... For almost a packed house, at least 7,000. Doyle's left partially blocked by Griffith. Cutman, Jimmy Rice, and Don Hale will be working with Charlie Daniels in the corner after this one to get Doyle back out there for the 8th round. There's the bell, ending round 7. We told you Doyle Baird had lost a lot of blood in fights. He's losing more now, and we've isolated the cut. It's above the right eye. The Cleveland Boxing Commission doctor took a look at it between rounds at the insistence of referee Vito Mazio. The blood was smudging down below the eye, but the cut is right across the eyebrow, above his right eye. He had a much worse cut against Don Fulmer for the last 2 rounds, the last time he fought here in the arena a few months ago. This is a fight which actually took 3 shots to come off. First time in 1968, Griffith had the flu. They couldn't fight. It was postponed. Early in 1969, they were set to go at Madison Square Garden. That time, Doyle Baird came up with a bad back and a bad arm inside his left arm, the inside portion of the elbow. Now, this time, they're both healthy. Baird with a good combination, the left and the right, and that hurt Griffith. It stung him. 55 seconds gone in the 8th round. Doyle's eye is not bleeding currently. That one might open it up, however. He caught a hook, partially with the glove and partially with the left forearm, and that might have opened it up. His back is to us right now. We'll tell when he comes around. It did. And Griffith goes after him. Shots there, a right and a left, and they both stopped him. Baird with another left hook and a right hand, partially blocked. The right was, but the left came in. Back into a neutral corner. There's been very, very little fighting on the ropes. Most of the fighting has taken place in the center of the ring. We're a minute and 42 seconds into the 8th round. Griffith pulled back both of those punches, the left and the right. Gets him into the corner now. The blood is starting to flow a little bit more from Doyle's right eye. The left eye has healed up completely. Left hook. 2 jabs high off the forehead of Baird. Baird eyeing him menacingly. His up almost turn into slits when he comes into a man. Griffith, on the other hand, never takes his eyes off that chest and those gloves of Doyle Baird. Emile Griffith, who has been involved in 20 world title fights. He's won 14 of them. He's lost 6. Doyle Baird has never had a world title fight. They exchange left hands. Griffith off the forehead and Baird digging to the body. Baird's right hand caught him. We have 25 seconds left in the round. A very, very... As we start round 9, Jimmy Rice and Don Hale, 2 of the leading boxing men of Akron, the men who were with Doyle when he was an amateur, have stopped the bleeding again over the right eye, and they're back out for round 9. Charlie Daniels says, use your jab, use your jab. He told him for the entire minute of the rest period between 8 and 9. Use the jab, stay with him, use the jab, stay with him. Griffith appears to have a little bit of a mouse underneath his right eye. Little puffiness underneath the left, but Baird is marked. After 8 even rounds, they have 2 to go at the Cleveland Arena. Emile Griffith, with his back to our camera, digs the left underneath. Beautiful recovery by Griffith. He was almost off balance and out of position when he threw it and dug it in there nicely. It sounded a lot harder than it was. It was an open glove slap, but he dug it in beautifully. Stiff left jab by Griffith. Doyle Baird trying to stay to the jab and hit style of fighting, which Charlie Daniels, his trainer, has taught him, but Doyle likes to brawl. He got a shot that time. Griffith hit him, rocked him back on his right heel, came after him again, and Gil Clancy, Griffith's man. These boys can take punches, as has become apparent, I'm sure, over the last 25 minutes or so. Left hook by Baird doesn't seem to be any the worse for wear for those 2 right shots. Neither one had Griffith's full weight behind it. He was throwing it off the back foot. Had he thrown it with the full leverage of that big upper body of his, it could have hurt. 2 rapier-like left jabs catching Baird. 2 minutes gone. Now he bobs and weaves, tries to go under. He has to get into that jab or he'll never get near him. And Griffith has been jabbing beautifully, better as the fight goes on. Doyle chasing him now, and Griffith backpedaling. Now Griffith starts in, and Doyle throws a right over him, and they wrestle themselves to the ropes. With 15 seconds left, Vito Mazio, the referee, breaks them up. We're in the 9th. Baird digs a left to the stomach. Starts to get him on the ropes, throws a right hand, another left, all partially blocked by Griffith. None of them landed that hard. Dig in there, says Charlie Daniels, right alongside of us. There's the end of the 9th round. 1 more to go, number 10. Round 10, Vito Mazio. As the boys touch gloves and away they come. The last chance for each man. 3 minutes to go. Griffith, who's been boxing beautifully, better as the fight goes on. Doyle Baird, realizing he has only 3 minutes to get Griffith. Some of the folks here at ringside say Griffith has the edge in points right now. Some others say he does not. Baird, I'm sure, not mindful at all of that right eye. He just realizes that he has 3 minutes to get Emile Griffith and possibly get a world middleweight title shot against Nino Benvenuti. Griffith, on the other hand, realizes that he has 3 minutes to do exactly the same thing. It should... hook, came up short. Each boy in good shape. Obviously, they're still looking good here in the 10th round. And both 31 years of age. It's not a boy, that's a full-fledged man. The combination again did not land by Baird, and he took a right hand after he missed his right, which was the second punch of that combination. Minute 19 gone in the 10th round. Baird trying a couple of jabs. Griffith slaps him with a right hand, slaps him with another one. Emile Griffith hunching his shoulders and throwing punches, digs a left to the body. Baird throws a right, takes a right, takes another right, goes in tight, takes another right, takes another right. Not hard punches, but they were getting in. Doyle again with that left-right combination, trying to catch him with... Another one. A minute left at the Cleveland Arena before at least 7,000 fans, and a great fight for the North American Middleweight Championship of the world. The fans love it. They saw a good fight from the 1st to the 10th. These two spent no time feeling each other out. They came to fight, and they did. And Griffith is smiling now. He has some swelling beneath each eye. Doyle Baird has a cut over his right eye. They've each taken... That's the bell. And they almost squared off there, too. Gil Clancy comes into the ring smiling to shake hands with Emile Griffith and bring him his robe. Don Hale and Jimmy Rice, along with Charlie Daniels, Doyle Baird's trainer, gather around him directly above our microphones. And the decision is going to be close. Very close. They started off big, and they stayed that way. There wasn't a round in this fight which you could call a dull round. Griffith being congratulated by some of his well-wishers over on the far side of the ring. Doyle Baird has his Akron contingent behind us. We're directly behind Doyle's corner. One of the hardest punches Doyle threw all night came with about 2 seconds left in the fight. That hard right hand. Again, the other end of a 1-2. Throw the left and then counter and cross over with that right. He tried it dozens of times tonight. Many times it hit, but never with quite such authority as it did at the end of the 10th round. Griffith smiling as he walks around the ring. Here's a man who's been involved in 20 World Championship fights, as we told you. A man who has most of the awards that boxing can give. In 1963, he was given the Edward J. Neal Trophy, a memorial plaque awarded by the Boxing Writers Association of New York for the person who's done the most for boxing during the preceding year. He was the Fighter of the Year in 1964. And his fight with Nino Benvenuti, in which he won the world middleweight title in 1967, was called the Fight of the Year by Ring Magazine. He's had a lot of awards. Doyle Baird has had none yet. He's been called a mystery man by a lot of people. Although he's ranked number 4 among the middleweights, very few people have seen him. He almost fought at Madison Square Garden a year ago at this time, but sustained the back and arm injury, which caused him to postpone his fight with Griffith, and they finally met here tonight. Good crowd, good gate, nowhere near the gate that Griffith drew in Madison Square Garden in 1968. When Nino Benvenuti won the title back from him, these two drew over $650,000 in that one, with the exception of the return fight between Ray Robinson and Randy Turpin way back in 1951. This was the largest gate ever drawn in any fight under the heavyweights. When Louis Rodriguez won the title from Emile, the welterweight championship in '63 in L.A., the show did close to $270,000. And last year, when Emile was unsuccessful in his attempt to win the welterweight title back from Jose Napoles in L.A., the fight drew $198,000.
Baird, 45. Griffith, 46.
Griffith, 46. Baird, 45 from Judge Tony LeGrand. It's a close fight. Baird 43 from Judge John Christopher. And Vito Mazio, the referee, concurs. Griffith 49, Baird 43. And Emile Griffith, if the fight can be made, will meet Nino Benvenuti in this ring at the Cleveland Arena, promoted by Don Albaum, for the middleweight championship of the world. A unanimous decision. Judge Tony LeGrand gave it to Griffith 46-45. Judge John Christopher 47-43. And Vito Mazio saw it even more decisive than that. Griffith 49 and Baird 43. For Emile Griffith, obviously not the end of the road. And for Doyle Baird, knowing him to have the intestinal fortitude that he has, probably not the end of the road there either. He has fought the 3 top middleweights in this country in the last 2 years: Nino Benvenuti, Don Fulmer, and Emile Griffith. He drew with Benvenuti in Akron at the Rubber Bowl in an outdoor fight in October of 1968. He beat Fulmer here in this ring, a close decision to Emile Griffith, who would like nothing better than to win back the middleweight championship of the world. And the way this guy has been winning back titles, don't bet against him, especially the speed, the stamina, and the boxing skill that he showed here tonight in his 12th year of boxing at the age of 31. Started fighting back in 1963. Started fighting back in 1958, and it didn't take him long to win his first title. It came in 1961 when he won the welterweight title from Benny Perret. Then he lost it to Perret. Then he won it back from Perret. Then he lost it to Louis Rodriguez. Then he regained it from Rodriguez. And as you know, he and Nino Benvenuti have been going back and forth with the middleweight title. Benvenuti holds it now, but Griffith would like to get to him. We thank you very much for being with us tonight. Hope you enjoyed the fight as much as we did, and as much as approximately 7,000 fans here in the Cleveland Arena did. Unanimous, close decision for Emile Griffith in 10 rounds over Doyle Baird here at the arena. This is your